I'm excited to be sharing with you today everything One Small Town. If you haven't heard of One Small Town, I'll leave a link below to their website and also a 5-minute video that really encapsulates what it's all about. It's Michael Tellinger's vision, which he's had for many, many years. This man is a true visionary, and it seems as though the people are ready now. There's enough people that are curious and wanting a better life for themselves and their families, and to create more One Small Towns around the world. So thank you, Michael, for your amazing vision. It's so exciting to see people jumping on board and wanting freedom for them and their families and their communities, and not to be reliant on governments and shady systems to take care of us. So that's exciting. We are going to be speaking to Fayez, who is the ambassador of One Small Town in Lebanon. This man is a complete ray of light, ball of energy, and a wealth of knowledge. He has so much to share. I love speaking to these people that just know all this amazing information and knowledge, so we can learn and share. So he is going to fill us in on everything that is happening in Lebanon for One Small Town. Enjoy.
Good morning, Bonita.
Hello. Good afternoon here.
Okay, good afternoon over there. So
Fayez,
I'm in Ras-el-Maktal, Lebanon, 1,000 meters above sea level, and we're in the beautiful One Small Town village of Ras-el-Maktal, who's joined less than a year and a half ago. And you are in Adelaide, Australia?
Yes, on the other side of the world. I love it that we're connecting and talking about One Small Town, which is just so exciting. I want to know what drew you to One Small Town, what got you involved in the whole project, initiative, movement?
I actually lived in more than 5 continents, and I grew up in Nigeria and London and Venezuela and New York and Lebanon. So I consider myself an earthling. And one amazing thing about living in different countries is you realize that we're all equal. There's love everywhere, and we're all humans belonging to this amazing universe. Simultaneously, you realize that there's something going wrong, and there's a situation that needs a solution. And to me, the other side are spreading a lot of fear and separation and scarcity. So deep down inside, I know that a solution is needed. And that's when I was introduced to this incredible man called Michael Tellinger, who's one of my all-time heroes. He's a South African politician who is a scientist, a geologist, a writer, an artist, and has created this incredible party called Ubuntu, which is unity within community. It is about spreading love in a sense that how can we all be happy if one of us is sad? And it's about working together in cooperation and collaboration. Now, from the world of Ubuntu came the One Small Town economic model, which is basically a model that can be implemented where all of us can work together, whether it's the government or the humans that actually live in that village, to the businessmen, and all of us can find that common ground and actually find that balance and reach a world where we live in abundance and unity and love, and most importantly, we can thrive as an economy.
Have you met just amazing people in being part of that community, that One Small Town community? Have you met just amazing people?
The most amazing people in the world. Most importantly, what you do when you are on this vibration is that you begin to resonate and attract the right people. And I mean, in the end, there's love in all of us. We just need to be shown the way, or offered, the red pill, or introduced to that right door. And most importantly, we need to understand who we are as human beings. My journey in the world of health has been very important, because the best doctor you can ever find is yourself. When you understand the power of epigenetics and understand the power of just breathing, the chi, the prana, the Yahweh, then entering the world of fasting and sleeping and eating healthy, so that you become empowered as a human being. The same thing with understanding what this universe is, what rocks are. Michael has done an incredible work in teaching us the power of sound, how sound creates light, how sound can levitate things, how sound can heal, the power of rocks. I mean, end of the day, what is the pen drive? Pen drive is just a rock, a stone that carries light. then that light is translated into binary, and binary coding, which is all the information, including the pixels of light. So it's important in this journey to understand who you are as a human. And in the world of quantum physics, we realize that we are connected and constantly part of this hollow spectrographic universe. On a Planck level, there's fluctuation of the light, and it's all connected. And I learned a lot about this from a good friend of Michael, who's Nassim Haramein. I've been with them in the Resonance Academy for more than 6 years. So when you discover who you are as a human being, you discover what this place is. And then in my world, death is an illusion, because after death there's birth. Life has no opposite. Then that's it. I mean, any suffering that's going on is man-made, whether it's people dying of hunger, or the crime that happens, or sadness. So we need to always provide a specific frequency. And once we started this one small town village of Ras al-Matin, we've been just attracting the right people constantly. And even those that in the beginning seem to resist or reject such an idea end up jumping on the train.
I was going to ask you that. How did you get the people involved in in Lebanon, in Ras al-Matin, isn't it? How did you get them? How did you get those people involved?
What's amazing about a mall, when you go to a beautiful center mall, is that there's something for everyone. So the kids want to go because they want to, watch a movie. The mother wants to buy a book. The father wants to smoke a cigar. The grandma wants to, eat. That's how I see the one small town village of Ras al-Matin, or any one small town that we want to create, because we want to supply self-sustainability, self-sufficiency in a thriving way. And I always give an example. If you are creating your own car, producing it, the body parts, the wheel, but you still need to import lubricants from some international company or country, you're still not independent. So the idea of having a one small town means you really need to try and supply yourself with the basic essentials. And I'm talking about water, electricity, farming, medicine, clothes, toys. So because we're addressing all of these issues, we literally have over 100 projects, of which we've already started with more than 20 projects. Now, opening the health center is a $3 to $5 million investment. But opening, a babysitting service is free of charge. Correct? Both of them are projects, and both of them are important. Okay? So what's happening is that we're finding someone for everyone. And the great thing about our one small town economic model, we are investing, okay? We are bringing investors, we're coming up with amazing business plans. However, if you already have a business, in this case, we have a chicken farm that's doing very well, and we want this chicken farm to work with us in Lebanon. We've come up to an agreement where we will help him by supplying him with specific food that the chicken needs. So we're lowering his cost. We will help him create biogas from the manure that comes out from the chicken, okay, which has a natural process of hydrolysis, acidogenesis, methanogenesis, okay, and we will help him in his marketing. So he ends up giving us the chicken. We supply him also with our app, which gives him manpower, in this case, human resources. So he or she ends up saving a lot of money, increasing their sales, and we find a common ground where we can actually work together. So what I'm trying to tell you is we are not here to compete with anyone. On the contrary, we want to provide this world of collaboration, co-ownership, co-unity, and most importantly, we want to remind everyone that there's abundance and there's a place for everyone. Another example would be our honey business, where there were 7 companies or 7 different families in Ras al-Matin working in honey. They're always competing with each other. They're always trying to sell their honey at $20. There's always rivalry and that negative energy going on. We came together. We created this co-op between them. Now they're all working in unity. We realized that all the honey that they produce doesn't even cover 1% of the demand that we have to our neighboring countries. And most importantly, instead of buying it or allowing them to sell it at $20, now they're going to be selling it at $50. So we've come up in a plan where we will create this thriving economy for them. And we've introduced other products that are needed from the world of honey. Instead of just selling honey, now we're selling venom, we're selling propolis, we're allowing them to create beehives, not only the conventional one, but very smart AI technological beehives, where we can actually sell them to skyscrapers in England, in London, in New York, where anyone can have their own beehive, where you can have a smart technology that allows you to see the progress of your beehive, access your honey, and most importantly, there's things like apitherapy, where you can breathe the air out of the beehive and cure stuff like asthma. You can also sleep next to the beehive and through the vibration and coherency of the bees, allow yourself to create a natural acupuncture where you will no longer have inflammation or chronic sicknesses because there will be coherency in your electrical world. So stuff like that are happening. And I had mentioned something amazing that we've done thanks to the world of Michael Killinger and One Small Town, is that Ras Al Khaimah is surrounded with 190,000 trees of pine. Okay, and the villages of Ras Al Khaimah have been extracting the pine. Pine is very important, as you know, because first of all, it's delicious. It can be used for all sorts of cookings and sweets, and most importantly, it's high in protein. Now we came and we told them that on those trees, not only can you extract the pine, but you can take something called the pine needle tea, which is high in vitamin A, which is very good for your eyes. Okay, there's also something called the pine needle oil, which also can be extracted and can be used. Okay, so here we are introducing other products that they already had on their trees without destroying Mother Nature, working with eco, not with ego, and allowing them to thrive. And most importantly, what's amazing about the world of One Small Town is that we're not here to isolate the villages. On the contrary, we are, in my view, and I always say this, and to be a little bit sensitive, the new United Nations of planet Earth. We want to represent the 195 countries, and we literally are representing 195 countries. There's two countries that usually are not recognized, which are Palestine and Vatican. So we are 195 countries, which means once we thrive as an economy, we will also work with our brothers and sisters around the world. And that includes tourism, because, I want to visit Australia, and I want to go to China, and I want to go to England. Okay, so I'll be visiting the One Small Towns over there, where automatically I'll be treated as a king, where I can even integrate myself by working 3 hours there and also receiving goods and services, or I can just be on holiday. Most importantly, we share our inventory, whether it's pine or honey or soap or meat or food or some emergency in the world of health. Okay, so we are finding this way to work together. I mean, there's always a saying, if China and Russia and America work together like they do in the world of space, everything would be solved. This idea that I need to send food to Africa, send food, and we've all studied about the boomerang aid that goes on, where I give them money, but I force them to buy products from my inventory. That's all nonsense. Everyone just needs dirt, a little bit of water, and seeds, which is why one of our biggest projects that we're doing, and we're currently in progress, and we have breakthrough technology, amazing innovation in the world of seeds, and it's all non-GMO, all organic, all natural. Bye-bye Monsanto is actually being implemented so that we can supply the rest of the One Small Town villages with the most amazing advanced seeds, and so that we can always thrive in the world of farming. And as you know, seeds are not only about food, it's also medicine. And when you realize that you can actually grow hemp, and Mr. Ford actually created a car from hemp. And not only did he create a car from hemp, he actually allowed it to drive on hemp oil. So planting is very important. Growing is not only about food, but it's about, abundance.
Yes, yes. So it sounds like you're covering up a lot of, there's so much involved in the One Small Town initiative, like everyone is involved. How are you finding people, or are people coming to you, are businesses coming to you? How does that all come together?
It was a very grassroots movement. So basically, we created something called a council group, where over 15 teenagers between the ages of 18 and 23 got together. We also created another council group where women, also ages between 30 and 50, got together, and another one for the men. And then slowly but surely, we started creating a task team where one person would be responsible for farming, the other one for electricity, the other one for internet, clothes factory, toy factory, okay? And then once we set up an office, and then the ideas came to be, and people did realize that, wait a second, why are we fighting? Why are we competing over a product called honey? Let's get them together, put them on a container, export them. All of us will make so much more money. There's less headaches. We can even share our marketing. We can share our accounting. We can share our legal team. Okay? People really started waking up. I always give an example of bees, and how, imagine if bees were separated versus working together in that beehive and taking care of that mother queen and, making love to her in the skies and creating all that honey and working in the world of abundance. That's what's happening to us as a human race. We just need to work together in unity and realize that this should be a fun journey where our stress should be, how am I going to perform in that theater or that sports game? Not how am I going to pay my rent or how am I going to feed my children. And as you know, the whole idea of the 1% is no longer a conspiracy. If you go into the world of Yahoo Finance, you realize that there's companies like BlackRock and like Vanguard who are actually owning all the companies in the world. And there is an agenda. And when we talk about people like Bill Gates, he owns 1% of Microsoft, or Elon Musk owns 17% of Tesla, or Bezos owns less than 20% of Amazon. So who owns the rest of the company or the rest of the percentages? So we really need to step up in what's happening. And there are agendas, whether it's to do with health, like COVID, or whether it's to do with, space or global warming or earthquakes or wars. So we need to like wake everyone up, the American and the Australian and the French and the Arab and the African and the Asian, and just realize we're all brothers and sisters. This is a beautiful earth. We can all share it. All of us can literally live in America. That's how big the earth is. Okay? Nothing is going to destroy us.
I think it's just Texas. Don't we all fit in? We all fit in one state.
100%.
Are you finding that in Lebanon that because over here, it's a little bit, I don't feel like there's enough people that are willing to do what, is happening over there in Lebanon. Are you finding that more people are curious and wanting to create this better world over there?
You need to address who these people are. Okay? Like I said, there's your government, there's the mob, there's religious people, there's spiritual people, there's egoistic people, there's scared people. I always spread the message in terms of the government that, you have $120 billion debt. You're barely producing 30 billion in terms of GDP. We are the solution. Because all of a sudden, Översättningen, which is one out of 4 villages that have joined the One Small Town initiative, but we're waiting to complete this village to be completely successful, create it as a blueprint. And literally, we want this live reality show where people can literally see how Bonita and Fayez and Michael and Sarah have changed their lives. Now, we want the government to know that we want to pay tax. We want them to go and, pick up their taxes, get whatever they need from us. We want them to understand that we will be the solution for all the problems they have. Just like China exports 80% of its merchandise, we can literally do the same. We want to be completely decentralized, but we don't want to break any laws. On the contrary, we will represent the government. We will represent the amazing labor laws that have come into existence. We will make sure there's always constant equality. Okay, we will respect Mother Nature. We will respect animals. We will respect the insects. We will respect air. One of our amazing businesses is biofuel made from algae. Algae is no joke. 70% of the oxygen you breathe does not come from trees. It comes from algae. Algae is spread across the seas. Algae is a lipid, which means you can create oil out of it. It has the same hydrocarbon breakdown as diesel. You can literally get algae oil and put it to make your generators work, including your trucks. Algae is a food. It's a protein. You can literally eat it. It's also a carbohydrate. You can use it for pharmaceuticals. And as you grow algae, it cleans the CO2 from the atmosphere. If there is this idea of global warming, algae is a solution because it's cleaning the atmosphere by extracting that CO2 and giving us O2. So we have a lot of solutions that we are implementing it. And this is not talk. This is something that we're literally doing. So my point is we have the solution for all the problems of the world. Okay, we're implementing them. We love the government because at the end of the day, the government are us. Okay, it's just that they're in a gridlock, and it's when a bunch of guys representing all the families have done a lot of naughty things and a lot of bad things, and all of a sudden they have to keep quiet. They can't do anything. What you want to do is not attack them because they will defend themselves. What you need to do is congratulate them, understand that they were all messed up under some sort of a drug, whether it's pharmaceutical or drug or just plain evil, and we just want them to step aside, and we will create this world based on light and love and unity. And as our mantras always go, I am light, I am truth, I am love.
Beautiful. And I guess people would just gravitate to you, Fayez, with your beautiful vision there. Are you finding that you are attracting all those beautiful light people?
100%, especially the women of the village who to me are fighters. I always say women are not equal to men, they are superior to men. Because my wife taught me that she can kick my ass in football, indoor football, and play backgammon and do all those sports, but simultaneously, when it comes to intuition, clairvoyance, telepathy, compassion, she's definitely on another level. So they're understanding the importance of what we're doing. And slowly but surely, everybody's joining. And the good thing is you can join and decide to not join whenever you want. But the numbers work. economics prove that this is the perfect model to be in, and Mother Nature is your best friend. I mean, Mother Nature will never let you down as long as you treat her with love and respect.
100%. Beautiful. And what's your vision for Lebanon?
Right now, once Ras Al Khaimah is successful, all the villages will follow up. We already have several other villages that are being activated. One which has an amazing infrastructure for tourism. It already is producing wine, and it has amazing farming capacities. Ras Al Khaimah is amazing because, like I said, there's over 100 projects. One of them is the health center, which is about to open within a couple of weeks. And this is breakthrough science because we're bringing ancient wisdom with very advanced technologies. In my world, AIDS, cancer, autism, diabetes, multiple sclerosis can all be prevented and solutioned. We're using hyperbaric oxygen chambers. We're using ozone therapy. We're using very advanced technologies in terms of resonance and frequencies and radio technology. We're using hydrogenated water and so much other technologies that you will really be bedazzled in. And most importantly, we're inviting those doctors to come and to share, technologies in the world of feng shui and homeopath. And we are also supplying our own medical products where we will give you medical equipment and medical food. People should be strong. And when you have a strong body, you have a strong mind, you will have a strong soul. I always look at ourselves as like a radio that's receiving a signal. So the better the phone, the better the signal. And that's what you are. And just like we can break the phone and then just, download all the information on a new phone through our iCloud, that's who you are as a spirit or as a soul. I'm not religious in any way, but I am spiritual. And to me, spirituality is the physics that we are beginning to understand.
Yeah, I agree with you. Everything. I love it. I love it. And how are you finding the arts gallery has been set up? How's that going? How cool
Michael
is that?
is an
Can you
artist.
explain that to me? Like,
Yeah.
everyone
So
watching?
basically, we have this beautiful art gallery that's going to include all the art that's being produced by the locals and by the country in general, because we're going to be picking beautiful art. What's amazing about what we're doing that's never been done is that once the artist puts the art in our gallery, not only are we selling it in our NFT platform that's created by our own internal blockchain platform, but every time it's resold, he will always be getting a royalty for the rest of his life. So that's something that's never been done. As you know, we have created something called the One Small Town Infinity Token, and this is real money. In 1971, August 15 was the last time the dollar was actually pegged to anything, and that was when Nixon took it off the gold. Ever since then, it's been backed by the industrial military complex, okay? And all the countries back their money by the dollar. What we have created is a currency which is on a platform, on a blockchain, and for those that don't understand how the world of blockchain works, all the computers around the world are always updated, so there's no foul play, there's no corruption, and there's no middleman. Now, not only have we created this incredible token, okay, that's community-backed, but it's also asset-backed. It's backed by our investments, it's backed by our infrastructures, so all of a sudden we've invested in a health center, but this is something tangible that you can get on a plane, come to Lebanon, visit our health center, get its incredible benefits and services. Most importantly, it has an amazing demand. So there's always very high return on investment, very high net profit that are going to come in. So this money is backed by that. And most importantly, it's backed by something called sweat equity. We are closing 600 members right now. And I assure you in the next month, we will be 1,000 members. So you have 1,000 members that are working 3 hours a week. That's 3,000 hours of labor force. You're talking about, corporations working on that level that are working. And as they work their 3 hours, they produce something called One Small Token. And this token is then put back in the pool. And it comes with something called sweat equity attached to it, which means it automatically has a lot of value other than the asset-based backing that I already mentioned. So we are creating a token where we will be able to supply each other, communicate with each other, buy in our different markets around the world, especially our One Small Town, and use this token and be able to control how we send and receive energy, which is what money is in the end.
I love how when I learned about all that, I was like, this is amazing. This is next level, using the tokens to transfer energy and productivity, and especially the artists, like that the artists get paid forever. Like, that's amazing. Like,
Forever.
they deserve it. It's their art.
What's amazing about this gallery, if people still don't understand, not only is it going to create this thriving world for the artists, but it's also an academy. where we will be teaching art, how to sing, how to play music. We have a production company going on. We're teaching kids how to create radios, how to do walkie-talkies, how to be a beekeeper, quantum physics, okay? And all of this is going to be provided for free for the members and for the children of the community. And this is all financed by the success of the gallery.
So good. I actually want to talk to you about the kids because that's a big part of what I'm doing, but I know you're mindful of time. How are we going? Because I want to have a whole nother conversation about the kids.
Maybe we can do a part 2 to this.
Yeah, let's do a part 2.
Thank you, first of all. You're wearing yellow. And as you know, you have black, which is the acceptance. Then you have the dark green. And then you have the indigo. You have the blue, which is I speak. You have the green, which is I love. The yellow, which is I am. Okay, that's what you are. Or it's actually the I do. I'm going to be corrected. It's the I do. That's what you're doing. And thanks to you, we're doing this. Then comes the orange, I feel. Then comes the yellow, which is the I am. And I thank you for giving us this time, for allowing us to be on your platform. This is real. This is happening. We invite anyone to go and visit the one small town that's happening around the world, especially the one in Översättningen. This is a world where we are all supposed to be happy. We are supposed to be living in the present. Okay, we're doing this for our kids and our grandchildren. I want to thank the One Small Town team around the world, which I think we are well over 100,000 people. And that includes everyone that's connected to it, the network, including the members and the ambassadors and their teams and our followers. I want to thank Michael Killinger, who is a man that I adore and I love. He is a brother that we all respect and will cherish and remember for the rest of time, because he has literally changed what this earth is all about. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Beautiful. And thank you so much for talking to me and sharing your amazing light. I love your enthusiasm. It's like, yeah, let's go and do this. Love it. Thanks, Fayez.
Looking forward to our next interview. Have a wonderful day and a lot of love for Australia and for that part of the world.